So tell us, the race, Congress, this is federal issues. What are the big issues that you're going to government to fix? I mean, what are your top items that you're going to address?
My top priority, I believe, is the out-of-control spending and the national debt. And when I tell people that, they say, wait a minute, shouldn't jobs be number one? And the way I respond to them is I say, if we have a currency crisis, if we have a sovereign debt crisis, everyone is going to feel the pain, and their children. And so we don't want to go through that. Whether they have a job or not, everybody's going to feel that pain. So I think we need to get that in line first. And then a close second, of course, is jobs. We need to get the job base built back up.
Well, it's anybody who does a lot of work in economics. I've been working in banking, or I should say banking. I've been working in different forms of finance for the majority of my life. Understands that jobs do not come unless you have control over your spending.
Right.
It's different economic principles that most people don't understand.
Yes. In fact, we have to impress on the people who are loaning the money to keep this system running that we can pay our bills, that we can be responsible. Well, and right now, we're not doing that.
The citizens are getting more responsible in America, as in savings is going up.
Savings, personal savings,
but the household level is going up rapidly,
yes,
comparatively to what it has been historically.
Much to the chagrin of some of the people in Washington.
Well, the funny thing is, it's happening in Europe too. Europe is taking all the different austerity stuff. They're saying, okay, we're going to cut out all these benefits, and you know what? Look, since they made those announcements, look at the dollar compared to the Great British Pound, compared to the yen. We're going down.
Oh, I agree with that. Although I don't give much credit to the foreign currency exchange because
it's jerry-rigged.
Well, in my opinion, it's an ugly pageant. It's the least ugly that wins, and I'm not going to pay much attention to that.
All right. So, based upon the concepts of the economy, spending, what are your opponents going to do? I mean, you're going to cut spending.
Well,
what's Nikki doing?
Well, what I'm going to do different than Nikki is very easy to say. Just say no is what I'm going to do. Just say yes is all she has done. She has voted no very seldomly on spending bills. My philosophy is don't spend money unless you have it. And if you don't have it, it better be an emergency to force Congress to spend it.
Okay. That's reasonable, which I don't think the government is anymore.
Oh, no.
So your district, of all the issues that are going on today, is there anything specific to your district that needs to be handled, or is it just federal in general? For the most part, most of the issues that affect the people in my district are pretty much widespread across the nation. However, there's a lot of high technology companies in my district. And so I believe that anything we can do to spur entrepreneurship would help my district specifically. Mm-hmm. Another thing is we have a lot of environmental issues. We've got a lot of old mills and factories that need attention from the EPA and also funding from the federal government to take care of. And so I would be on that constantly. Right. The government pollutes a bunch of stuff, and they're the biggest polluter.
Oh,
and
yes.
I don't think a lot of people realize that, and they got a lot to clean up. We have to clean up Washington before they'll clean up the rest of the country that they.
Oh,
that
actually,
made dirty.
Fort Devens is also in the district, and I've heard there's some cleanup that needs to be done there.
I am absolutely sure that there's some families that are not feeling as well today as they should be because of what's going on in the Devens area. So debates.
As far as I know, there are no debates scheduled. Although, as an independent, I would not expect to be really involved in it until after the primaries, which is the middle of September.
I'm assuming you're going to call someone and say, hey,
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I have already been on the phone. But they'll say, they hold me off for now. And I said, okay, but I'm here.
Fantastic. So, Bates, how are you getting your word out there?
Well, pretty much the old-fashioned way. Today I spent the day in Maynard walking the streets, handing cards out, shaking hands. And I find that to be the most rewarding personally because I do get to talk to people. That doesn't scale in a district the size of mine.
Right.
And so I'm doing other things. I've got a direct mail campaign going. And of course, I've got the website and social media through Facebook and Twitter.
Fantastic. So based upon all these things, is that how you got your signatures? Basically, just you walking the path?
No, actually, I had a team of volunteers, and actually, I did hire a company to purchase some of them.
Yep, that's
and kickstart my campaign.
That's customary. It's almost impossible to walk.
Yeah, well, I was told before I started that it would be impossible,
Yeah,
so I said I'm not going to buck that.
It's hard to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's 10,000. I don't know how people do it. So you got a website. What's your website address? So people have
it's
it.
bobclarkforcongress.com.
And what type of volunteers are you looking for?
Well, right now I'm looking for people who will schedule meet and greets for me, speaking engagements. If you're a member of any club or anything, you can suggest that I can speak there. Also, very soon I'm going to need people to be planting the lawn signs. I'm going to need people to be walking with picket signs.
Donations?
Did I forget that?
You forgot donations?
Yes.
Donations?
Donations are always welcome and always helpful because I don't want to run out of money at the wrong time in this campaign.
Right. Now, yep. That's always trouble. And I forget the individual's name. Who's the well-funded Republican?
John Goldnick.
Goldnick.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that you've got a battle there.
Yes, actually, he's outspending me right now. I'd say 10 to 1. And I believe Nikki Songus, once she gets started after the primaries, is going to outspend him about 10 to 1.
Yeah, exactly. It's always the bane of the independent's existence, because you're not taking money from anybody, you don't have any money to spend.
Yeah, like Ross Perot said, I'm the grain of sand in the oyster that produces the pearl by irritating the oyster, and I'm going to irritate.
Fantastic. Well, Bob, it's been great having you on.
Thank you very much.
So I recommend anybody who's interested to get out there, and Bob needs your support. The country needs Bob and people like him in government, because it's really the only way we're going to get control over spending is to get rid of these people who are inflating our economy. Thank you much, Bob.
Thank you very much. Thank you.